Welcome back to the Brandon K Show. I am your host, as always, Brandon K, and this is a real show. We're in the middle of Entertainment Roundup Week. I'm getting together with all my favorite people and going through entertainment news, trying to make something happen with that. Remember, Brandon K Show is sponsored by Giftiply charity wrapping paper, and that's a really good cause where 33% of your 33% of the proceeds go to charity, and use the promo code BK Show 20 for 25% off. Right now, I'm here with a very special guest, Mrs. Roxxycab. Woo, Roxy! There she is, a very nice lady I like to watch on Instagram. What's your Instagram, Roxy?
My Instagram is Roxxycab, Roxxy, cab, CAB is in boy.
The inspirational, fun thing you like to do on there that I like is you'll just be out on the street with your camera and just talking to everybody on the street.
That's because I'm a crazy person.
But it's awesome though. That was especially when you were out here in LA. You were like on Hollywood Boulevard at the
Oh,
Johnny Depp Star.
hell yeah, dude.
That was awesome.
That's it. Hollywood Boulevard is my stomping grounds, dude. Oh, we
And,
started the show at 4:20. That's amazing. That's
blaze them up. But you're still going live, singing songs on Instagram Live, and going out. You go out a lot.
I do. I like to do that because Brandon, for me, this is doing that is like the reason for existence. Like it's like I don't have a normal job like most people would call a job. I was putting my mama's necklace. But I my job is to have fun.
Do
That's
you consider yourself like an influencer?
yeah, I do because well, I mean, that's not my main goal. My main goal is just have fun and record it while I'm doing it. But if people like I do love people, and if people like what I'm doing, then by all means follow me, and by all means like we could be friends.
And influence the world in a positive way, and you influence me in a positive way, and people can watch you and feel your energy through the screen, and you can influence people in a positive way, and you influence those people on the street in a positive way too. I see you bring people's moods up.
Thank you.
So I asked John here, we might do some music later, but at the front we're going to do the entertainment roundup, which is kind of like, one of my idols is Howard Stern. He does the news at the end of the show with Robin. So I'm going through this week trying to find, people to do the news with me because I can't do it by myself.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, dog.
So I got the Star magazine here with Shannon Doherty on the cover.
Nice.
I just kind of grabbed this randomly, but Roxy said that she's been keeping up with this.
I have, yeah, my sister and I. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but my sister and I, we do, she's my younger sister. We're 8 years apart, but she's like my ride till you die, but not really. And
You guys love Shannon Doherty?
well, we love each other. And Shannon Doherty, my sister's, I'm a big conspiracy theorist chick, and so is she, which is weird because I never knew that she would be. And then when all of a sudden, I think she did because of me, just to be honest. I'm her older sister. She wants to be cool. So there you go.
So to the beginning, did you watch Shannon Doherty on 90210?
I did.
Did you watch Shannon Doherty on Charmed?
Yes.
Did
Hmm.
you like that show, Charmed?
I do.
That one's pretty cool, right? I've gone back and watched that one.
A witch. So yes, that's why I'm going to like it.
Oh, you cut out. Did you say you're a witch?
I'm
All right. So, what is your conspiracy about this? She says that she's settling scores. She says that the other girls on the set were the bad guys. Alyssa Milano was a what tortured her supposedly. So her and Rose McGowan got together.
that shit. I really
Hold on,
freaking
I can't hear you yet. I can't hear you yet. Rose McGowan and her got together, and they said that Alyssa Milano was the problem. Okay, now what were you just gonna say?
Yes, I 100% believe that crap. I believe that crap so bad, dude, because I've okay, like the only reason why I follow Alyssa Milano is because back when I was younger, I would get compared a lot to her. So
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "Hey, like you look like Alyssa Milano." Da, da, da. I will show you pictures, dude. Like when I was a kid, we did look almost the freaking same. And so I was like, "Who is this Alyssa Milano chick?" So, anyways, I like this is back in the Disney. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
sure.
But I don't want to give up my age, but I know. And so I was like, okay. So I thought she was all right, and I was like, okay, like she seems okay. And then, but then I watched things that she was in, she was in like Charmed and all this other stuff, and
You follow her,
yeah, I did, and I didn't specifically.
girl.
Exactly. I didn't go into like kind of like, oh, I'm going to follow like Shannon, but more as I'm going to follow Alyssa. But let me see the show. It's kind of cool and I like it.
Yes.
So yeah, I checked it out, and then so I was like, hey, that's pretty all right. I like that show. And then
Yeah.
Shannon, basically,
Yes. Why do you believe Alyssa Milano was the problem?
where do I? I've heard so many negative things about that freaking chick, not only from Shannon Doherty, but from other reliable sources, s'il vous plaît, you know what I mean? And let me just tell you something hindsight, if people don't know. I lived in Hollywood, like legitimate Hollywood, when I was in my 20s. So I was 21. I drove from Texas, my hometown in Texas, in Laredo, in the border town. I drove out to LA myself
Mm-hmm.
with my guitar, only $113, and I got my little tush over there to LA and Hollywood. And Hollywood became my stomping grounds. I literally would hang out at the tattoo shop off of Hollywood Boulevard with the tattoo guys, and I would just hang out with them all day long.
So what was the conspiracy? The conspiracy was that Alyssa Milano was the bad guy.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it because first of all, I've heard my sister got me into this and got me involved into this because she's like, oh hey Rock, she calls me Rock sometimes, Roxanne, so Rock, so I don't know, but um she was just like, have you heard about this, like Shannon Doherty and all this? Because we would start into conspiracies, and it all started not with her, but with like other people that she, like the other chick. Do you remember that chick, real quick? She was Tia Tequila.
I do remember Tequila. Yes,
Okay, crazy nuts.
she was nuts.
She went nuts. She was
She went.
pretty. And then she went cuckoo in the cabeza.
Yeah. Well, um, she went very right wing, right?
She just went
Political, wacky.
cuckoo.
So here we go. I'm going to read this. So she's setting the record straight. Shannon Doherty isn't holding back. During the December 17th episode of her new podcast, Let's Be Clear, that's cool. She's got a podcast. The actress revealed the truth about her much talked about departure from the hit series Charmed. After 3 seasons in 2001, confessing that despite initially claiming she left the show of her own volition, she'd actually been fired.
Whoa. What?
Holly Combs claimed their co-star Alyssa Milano had pressured producers into giving Shannon the boot. Reasons, Shannon, one can't keep telling the same story over and over and over again when it's not the truth. She's more than ready to keep speaking her truth. The 52-year-old who has been battling stage 4 breast cancer since 2015 is on a mission to set the record straight, and the former child star is opening up like never before about her decade-long Hollywood career, her widely publicized behind-the-scenes feuds, and the devastating end of her 11-year relationship. She got a bad relationship after getting her start on Little House on the Prairie. She got on Beverly Hills 90210, but she had drama on the set with her, Jenny Garth, and Tori Spelling. And it seemed that Tori and Jenny were ganging up on Shannon. Had you heard about that in the 90s?
No, but it wouldn't be such a bad thing to believe. I think that Tori like definitely became a better human being after her divorce.
So sounds like there was a lot of drama on the set of 90210, and even I always heard Shannon Doherty was the problem, but I believe that things turned around. But yeah, then she got on Charmed. Obviously, she's a talented actress, and she got on Charmed. But then there was more drama, and it says history seemed to repeat itself during Shannon's time playing the eldest of three witchy sisters on the CW's Charmed. After leaving the show in 2001, she hinted that her co-stars had become petty while she was there to do her job. There was too much drama on the set and not enough passion for the work, she told an interview. I'm 30 years old and I don't have time for drama in my life anymore. Now, more than 20 years later, Shannon isn't beating around the bush. During her two-part conversation with Holly on Let's Be Clear, she accused Alyssa of coming between the old friends. She caused like this sort of weird divide between the two of us that then continued throughout season two, where I think I cried every single night of season two. Holly went further, claiming that Alyssa told producers it's Shannon or me and threatened to sue over a hostile work environment. Shannon still resents her lingering troublemaker reputation, and people have not always been kind to Shannon, says the source.
That's very sad. Uh, Let me know when to interject.
Interject. I just read the whole article. Now you can interject.
That is a big chunk to chew. A big chunk to chew. Yeah, dude, that's it. Like a lot right there. Like you said it all. Like I mean, literally, like I feel what this is like a little bit like a TMZ, and
Well,
I feel I'm like, what's his face? What's his name? Howard. I feel like I'm Howard right now, and
okay.
because he's a legitimate attorney, like legal, and so it's just so funny that he started his show and all that. But anyways, I believe all of it. I believe it all. And you know what? Because why in the world, like for one, why would Shannon, out of all people, be like such a troublemaker? I mean, she was like, I mean, she wasn't as famous as Tori, and she wasn't as famous as freaking what's her name? Alyssa. So why would she like? I mean, okay, I believe like they were all younger when they were like kind of famous and doing Charmed and all that stuff. Like not
They were all big stars coming into. Well, at least her and Alyssa were already big stars coming into Charmed.
yes, but 90210, like what I mean, like 90210, like
Star, but she got kicked off that show, and then she got on Charmed. But as a woman, Roxy, what's it like to fight with other women?
oh, brutal.
Like, do they just not like you just for no reason sometimes? Just because you're pretty or your energy, or and then like you try to fight back, but nothing you do is you just always going to be a fight. Like, can you ever repair relationships as women?
No.
But I mean that well, that could be the same. Like certain people, they're just always going to not like you, like guys or girls. But like, but you find that to be true. Like there's certain girls that just don't like you.
Yes, I and Brandon, it happens all the time. It happens on the daily, to be quite honest. Like, I live in I live on the border, and it's a very predominantly like Hispanic Mexican town. So people already, for one, look down on me for looking whiter than them.
Mm, interesting. Are you full white?
I'm not even white.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, that's interesting.
I'm Spanish, like, but I'm more Latina than Mexican, if anything else.
Crazy.
Like lineage, like from like freaking the Canary Islands, like you know what I mean. So yeah, dude, like
Do you have some? Are you have some white?
I do have traces of, I think it's like more like French, and also like some weird from Switzerland, Polish area.
But
That
certain people on the border, they don't like you just because you think your race.
I know it. I know it. I don't think it. I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that was? I was gonna ask, do you think that's why Alyssa Milano didn't like Shannon Doherty? But they're both pretty white.
They're white. I think it's because that, on the other hand, that has a lot to do with jealousy. To be quite honest.
They were two major stars, and they were fighting for like the top roles of the series. I get it, but yes, it sounds like they someone put their line in the sand and said, "Hey, Shannon Doherty's got to get kicked out of here," and then she did, and they replaced her, and now she's coming out. But you just wonder, was Shannon Doherty mean? Or was she did like how did she react? We don't know. She's acting like she didn't do anything.
To Okay, to be quite honest with you, like I'm yeah, I know. And I'm glad that you're covering this, Brandon, because
Very important topics we cover here on the Brandon K Show.
but I like your topics, I gotta say, dude. Like sometimes I'll just be like, oh, there's Brandon. Like, here's the live. Let me check out what he's doing.
Well, I got another one. This one's big stuff. This is the truth about Matthew Perry.
Oh, Brandon, we gotta do this. I met Brandon Perry.
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry, my bad. I
Um,
met in LA when I was 21.
wow. How'd that go?
That guy is the nicest, kindest, sweetest, gentlest human being that you're ever gonna meet.
So we're talking. You know who we're talking about, right? Matthew Perry.
That guy, that's who I met.
And and did you meet him? Did he? We know that he struggled with addiction. Do you think he was drunk or when you met him, or do you think he was sober when you met him?
He was 100% sober. It was back in like 99 to 2000. I was at the Baja Fresh off of Hollywood Boulevard. And are you familiar with that area, like that place, or back in the day, back in the Disney?
I might have driven by it before, but I don't have it memorized. But yeah.
I would frequent there a lot because remember, I that's my stomping grounds. When I was 21, I was there for about 4 months out of my life, and so, anyways, I was there at the Baja Fresh. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to? I don't know if you're going to pre-set it or is
Oh
it
no,
set?
I want to hear about how you met him, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. I was 21 years old, very impressionable, s'il vous plaît, right, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, I'd never been to Hollywood in my life. I went in there to make it or break it, baby. You
Okay.
know,
You want to be an actress,
no,
musician?
legitimate full musician.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So you're at the Baja Fresh. You meet Matthew Perry.
Well, what happened? I was gonna get my food, right? I was getting my food, and I was like, I'd never been to Baja Fresh in my life. I was like, fish tacos? What in the heck is that? Like, I'm from the border. Like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Tacos? Only one kind of tacos, and that's it.
Yeah.
You don't put fish in a taco in the border.
Yeah, they have less access to fish over there, right?
Well, yeah, because I'm. You all have Baja California. We
Yeah.
have just, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And we don't do that. Like we do carne asada, barbacoa, like
Right. All
yeah.
right. So you met him. Can you tell me what it was like?
So yes, what happened was I was getting my food. I was getting a fish taco. I was there, and all of a sudden there's all this commotion. I was like, "What?" Like like turn around, dude. And if you can
One of the
imagine,
biggest stars, one of the biggest stars back then from France,
he was
1994.
he was still in the show, Friends.
Yeah, yeah, he's a big
And
star.
I like legitimate, like still the episodes are still coming out when I legitimately met this guy. And I was on the road, so I wasn't watching it, like you know what I mean. So I turn around, but I knew what it was. I turned around, I was like, holy cannoli. And I could think hindsight, he was literally, I was getting my food. I have really good photographic memory. I was getting my food, they were gonna give me the plate. Comes in from the side door. Everyone's like, ah, this like, because you know how people get when they see a famous star. So
Mhm.
yeah, but it's kind of like leave them alone, you know what I mean? So he was coming in, he came in with two gentlemen, two other guys, and I believe those were his agents. So he was talking, yada yada yada, and then he's coming out towards the back. Well, I was got my plate of food, right, to leave because I was gonna go eat outside in the front, like where Baja, like where Baja, where Hollywood Boulevard is. So I got that they gave me, and Matthew and I kind of meet at the same focal point.
Yes.
And I was like, God, like, holy cannoli, what the F am I looking at? Who am I looking at right now? Are you effing kidding
Sure.
me?
Sure. Yeah.
I just felt like, ah, like in my head. I, oh my God, like, hallelujah, right?
Yeah. It's
Oh
awesome.
my God, dude. And he was like freaking dressed to the nines. Is that what they call it? Oh my God, dude. He looked really hot, like, to be honest. And
Yeah.
I,
Good picture of him.
yeah, but he looked like really better than that, dude. And so, anyways, like, I think his hottest stage ever. And so I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And like, I was like pretending like all cool, like, you know what I mean? Cause I had already like seen famous people by then. Cause I would hang out at the West Hollywood Coffee Bean and I'd meet
Yeah.
people all the time. So
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, okay, keep it cool, Roxanne, keep it cool. And like, he's there. We met, boop, like literally, like boom, like that. When you bump into people, that's how we met. And I was like, oh, I had to make food. I'm so glad it didn't like freaking hit him in his freaking suit. He was wearing a gray suit. I remember a gray suit
Interesting. You have a photographic memory. That's very interesting. I didn't know that about you.
with the white, like bis-
Pinstripe or something.
white, yeah,
Biz-
white shirt, and with the gray, like gray, really nice. It looked like Versace or something, and he looked like he just came from somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe something good, like, you know what I mean. And
Big movie star.
yeah, oh my God, you know what I mean. And the two gentlemen, his agents, walked in front of him. And he was following them. He was like, hey, he was talking to, like, they were all talking to each other. And then he sees me and he sees me with a plate of food, me like kind of bump. Like, oh my God, like that, kind of like, and he goes, oh, and he was just like, oh, here. And then he literally opens the door, for the outside door. And he goes, oh, here you go, like this,
Yes.
like that, like a gentleman would,
Yes. Yes.
really wear nowadays. And I was like, oh, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, thank you. I was like, oh, like, oh, like, I was like, oh my God. I was probably like smiling like cheek to cheek. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, thank you so much. Like, you know what I mean? And then he goes like this, like, he was like in the show, like literally,
Sure.
like,
Sure. Yeah.
that, here you go, like that. Like,
Yep.
thank God. I was like, thank you so much. And he
Oh,
goes,
that sounds like a nice guy. Sounds like a nice guy. So you heard about all his troubles and how he passed away?
God bless his soul, dude. Like, yeah, I know he lived a nice man. I know he died a nice man.
Yeah, no, I mean, in the recovery community, he helped a lot of people get sober, and but he had trouble staying sober himself. He wrote a whole book about his recovery, and but yeah, and as far as this says, they're trying to like kind of make it into a big deal. But yeah, new evidence, shocker, the truth about Matthew Perry is he probably got prescribed some ketamine to treat opioid addiction. And no, let's see. While buprenorphine is used to treat opiate addiction, the amount of ketamine in the STAR system was well beyond a therapeutic dose. It's an experimental treatment for anxiety. In other words, the rehab vet may have been self-medicating or using the drug recreationally, despite claiming he was sober for 19 months. But the point is that it is kind of like even an anxiety kind of drug. If you overdo it, you can die. So.
That makes me want to cry.
Yeah, it's just sad. I mean, as far as like the deaths that have kind of affected me over the years, this one, Matthew Perry, the celebrity deaths, Robin Williams was a sad one. Chester Bennington of the Lincoln Park, Chris Cornell, like some of these ones, they're very sad. But like for this one, in the last couple years, like Matthew Perry, hearing about this, I'm sure it saddened a lot of people.
It's like, dude, I mean, the only thing I could say was it couldn't happen like to, I want to cry. Like, I mean, because I really want to cry.
Okay, well, it's a sad subject, and we got to hear the happy story about how you met him, and that was a good way. We don't have to focus on the negative.
Yeah, no, it's because the thing is that And it would be weird to most people, like, why is she crying? Like, she didn't know. But I met him. Like, I mean,
Sure.
weird.
I
Like,
I just watched him on TV for 20 years and I cried a little bit because he was awesome. He touched us all. So let's just say rest in peace to Mr. Matthew Perry. Drugs are deadly.
that
And
drive. Hey, Brandon, can I tell you something real quick? Because
yes.
talk about the thing is that, like, I believe that he might have been self-medicating. I did hear that, like, when he died, he'd had the Batman symbol. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, he like thought of himself as Batman. He would have the Batman signal, which meant that he was doing drugs, like when he was showing his Batman symbol or something. Was that
Yeah.
it?
Yes. I heard about that, and like, I don't know if it's true, but maybe, who knows? But, like, I mean,
A post made or something. But yeah.
yeah, and so it's like, what's weird about that is that, like, I mean, who knows? To be quite honest, and it's experience. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think he wanted to die.
Sure. The headline here says bad medicine. It's starting to hit home that Matthew got terrible medical advice, says an
Yeah,
insider.
thank you. And this might be a little conspiracy theorist kind of thinking, but I think that they're trying to off some people, to be quite honest.
I hear what you're saying. I know that that's a whole rabbit hole. People say that about Michael Jackson. They say that so they say that about different major people who pass away. But um, we'll
It happened.
just we'll just throw that out there as a possibility and move on to the next one.
Hmm.
So, do you know Mayim Bialik? Blossom from
Oh my god, that chick! Oh my gosh, yes, I do, I do.
and she was on the Big Bang Theory, and she's like a very smart woman. I think she has like a degree in neuroscience, huh?
Yeah, she has a degree.
And she was the host of Jeopardy for a while here, but she got kicked off of as the host of Jeopardy in December 15th, a few months back. It was confirmed she was let go from her role as co-host of Jeopardy. And a statement said she's 48. She said she was honored to have been nominated for an Emmy this year for hosting the long-running quiz show, adding, "I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to have been part of the Jeopardy family." Not mentioning in her post that her co-host, Ken Jennings, the pair landed the alternating host position. So they were sharing the position, but then he took over and almost immediately fans picked sides. Many favored Ken over her, and it didn't help that the actress stopped shooting during the writer's strike. And so Mayim knew for a while the tide had been turning, but the indignity of being boosted was still a bit of a blow to her ego.
Wow. Yeah, who is this guy?
Ken Jennings, he was he had won Jeopardy a bunch. He had been on like a major streak of winning like for months in a row. So he's Ken Jennings. He's like the most popular.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I've heard about him, and I think I've seen him. So I think I know who you're talking about.
So
Hmm.
it sounds like I didn't do that. I don't watch this, but yeah, it sounds like they were alternating, and then he just took over because she was doing her thing. She had to leave for the writer's strike, and
Wow. Yeah. No, I mean, I like that chick. I think she's all right. I think, yeah, I think, sometimes there's favoritism, you know what I mean? To be quite honest, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've only, like, been there, like, every single freaking day out on the streets, like, for like 4 months.
Yeah, what do you got planned? Where you gonna go? You gonna go party tonight?
Me? No, I'm in a border town right now, and they don't do that here. Like, I'm not gonna, like, have the same experiences that I would in LA. Like, I wouldn't have the same experiences I would in San Antonio. I wouldn't have the same experiences here than I would in freaking Austin. So
You don't do it as much in where you are right now, huh?
yeah, because it's a border town, and it's just like, it's lame.
Yeah.
This
So
is
like,
why I can say what I can say about it.
huh?
There. On the streets of Laredo.
Then this is the 2003 Mad Magazine 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2003.
Whoa, 2003. That's
This is
awesome.
Ashton Kutcher.
Oh my God, that little, you know what? I've heard a lot of, you know what, about him too.
You got this guy Geraldo,
Oh God,
Ben
shame.
Ben Affleck.
Yes, I mean, poor thing, you know, with J Lo.
Let's see. What? Why you say poor thing?
Oh my gosh, look at the lady. You know what I mean? That's all you got to say. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a J Lo fan. She's all right,
You think
but
it's hard life living with J Lo for Ben Affleck?
heck yeah, dude. That chick wants to be the main attraction. And I'm sorry, honey, but Ben Affleck is way more talented than you.
Well, so they broke up for like a decade or more, 20 to 15 years. But then they got back together, so you would think that she might have like calmed down and kind of like
Got
they
it together?
they've learned how to be with each other.
Well, in my opinion, I think that Lo might be a little too much, too hard.
I hear you. Remember this? This was
Is that Jessica Simpson? I love her. I love her. I love her, love her, love her.
when I saw this, I did want to say that she got kind of a bad rap in 2003 because like they had a camera on her 24/7 on that show, and
Oh my God.
she said a couple silly things, but like she's a smart lady, and that she shouldn't have Mad Magazine, making fun of her.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Brandon. Oh, this is good. You want to laugh, Brandon?
What?
Okay, so I am definitely not blonde. I'm
Mm,
not, but look at see my root. This is my roots. I have like freaking dark brown, almost black hair. Like,
mhm.
um, I lived with my. Remember when I was 21? I lived in LA.
Okay.
I also hung out with my friend in Little Armenia. I lived also in Little Armenia when I was also 28 years old, 27, 28.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 34, like around 34, 33, 30. I lived there for another like 3, 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So that show is on, or it used to be on.
The Newlyweds with Jessica Simpson.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so my friend Tony, he is actually Salvadorian, and he's a really cool dude. He's my really good friend, and I lived there with him, in his like little apartment right next to his mom with her little apartment in Little Armenia. I mean, sorry, Little Armenia, yeah. And we lived inside his freaking apartment complex, and we went to the store one time. He's like my bro. He's my bro.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. So we went to the store,
Yes.
Little Armenia store.
Yes.
That's Armenians. And we were shopping for food because I stayed with him for a while when I was passporting TGI Fridays. And I worked at TGI Fridays, the Woodland Hills. And so I stayed with him for that amount of time. I asked him. And so we went to the store one time, and he was like, "Hey, Roxanne, what do we get?" And we were looking at the tuna area.
Okay, here we go. The chicken of the sea. Now, did you know that it was chicken, or did you think it was, or did you know it was tuna, or did you think it was chicken? See, I just mixed it up too.
Oh, dude, look at me! I'm turning red, dude. It's just like he was like, "Hey, like are we gonna get some tuna? Like I don't know what do you think about this? What if with the options here? We're looking at the whole selection of tuna.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, and I was just like, should we get tuna? And I was like, dude, that's not tuna. What are you talking about, man?
Chicken on it.
Chicken, chicken of the sea,
All right. Well,
Roxanne. And he like, bro, like, dude, come on, man. I know you're joking right now.
yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? He goes, yeah, Roxanne, I know you know that that's tuna, right? I was like, dude. And I literally like freaking like I hold it the freaking like pretend this is it. And I was like, look, and I picked it up and I was like, It says chicken of the sea.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, of the sea. And I was like, yeah, but it says chicken on it. And he was like, dude, you just totally pulled a Jessica Simpson right now.
Gotcha.
And I was like, shut the F up, dude. And I was like, you're so effing full of it.
You couldn't believe him. You couldn't even believe that it was tuna.
It's like, Roxanne, are you blonde? Are you blonde?
It has a fish on it. It's in a tuna can, but I know I get the confusion. I get the confusion. You remember this?
Hallelujah. What in the heck is that?
That's when Demi Moore was getting crap for dating Ashton Kutcher because he was younger.
What year is that? Is that the same year? 2000?
2003, yeah. So he's like the baby, and she's like,
Actually, it brings back a lot of memories. If you're showing that right now, I'm just thinking of all the events that went by around then. That's like around the same time when I went to LA.
I got them all here. This is the Dixie Chick backlash. They were protesting the war.
My Lord.
Started getting bomb threats, and they wrote that great song.
Do not like them. Do not like them.
I'm not ready to make nice. I like that song. Did you not like them because of this or because of something else?
I just don't like them. I'm a musician. I'm an artist and a musician. I consider myself to be an artist because artists do almost everything. Like, you know what I mean? I actually do painting. Oh, wow.
That magazine is a little brutal with these.
Yeah, I would say pretty brutal.
I mean, this is talking to the dead too. Losing Kobe was a big sad time, but this is back when he cheated on his wife.
Wow. I remember that. My grandma, Mama Jo. I love you, Mama Jo. Rest in peace. She passed 2020. She was a huge Kobe fan. She lived in I say Los Angeles. She lived in Glendale. Cali, she lived in Cali. I say LA because it's literally almost right there. And so like she was a big Kobe fan. My grandma was a huge like religious, like not really, but she had Christian.
George W. Bush.
Wow.
Full Metal Jackass.
Wow.
Oh, and this is the what is it called? MBL. So Sammy Sosa would be on the cover of Cheaties.
Oh, that's good, dude. That's really good.
Cheaty. That's clever. That's clever.
There's that.
He had it coming. Yeah, I'll go with that one. So you were talking about music, and we only have so much time on the show. Did you want to play one of your? Oh, I know you know a lot of like covers. Do you have any original songs you would play?
I have original songs. I started my music debut when I was in my 20s. I started when I was like, I want to say 21, 22 when I started.
Thank you so much for joining us for the entertainment roundup. I thought you did a great job. We had a lot of fun. The last 2 decades. We covered 2003 up until 2024.
Fabuloso. And to me, it's so interesting because Brandon, to me, it's like it's so awesome. You know how life works in full circle, and that's what it is like to me. Because I wanted to come out and be, publicly known, like not I wouldn't say famous, but more like well known than I am now. And it's spotlight when I was in my 20s. And that's why I left. Gonna discover me, and I just had this really big chip on my it wasn't a chip, but it was like, I know I'm good and I'm gonna freaking prove it and show it.
Yes.
But like I said, I went with no money.
Yeah.
I had an expectation. I didn't know what to expect. No expectations. I didn't know how LA would look. I didn't know how Hollywood looked.
Yeah.
I went to LA, went to Hollywood. I freaking picked up a bicyclist in Colorado to wait for me to go to LA.
Say that again. He cut out. What'd you say?
I had picked up a bicyclist from Indianapolis I had met in Colorado.
Yes.
And literally, like, he paid the way for us to go to LA.
Okay, and then you were in LA. You tried to do your music thing. Did you stick with it, or did you kind of like just put it away for a long time?
Yeah. I didn't like I came with my guitar and a guitar case.
Hmm.
I would perform literally. I'd be the only person that I know to this day would perform on Hollywood Boulevard. And I was literally kind of sometimes kind of by the MI Institute and kind of by Scientology at the same time because it moved since I've been. I hadn't been to LA in 25 plus years.
How long did you play out there for?
No more than maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay, okay.
And I'm like serious when I said one time when I was playing there, right, literally off Hollywood Boulevard, I could have sworn I saw Tommy Lee like in his freaking car going, "Yeah, man," like that, like in his car jamming out in a really cool like 70s, 1970s, like a Chevy car.
Yeah. So did you ever record anything and put it on album?
I did record, but not there. And I recorded with a friend of mine, Joe Migliano, whatever. He's Italian, so sono Italiano. But I recorded with him, and he actually did all the recording work for free.
Cool. So can we see those on YouTube or anything, or where would
You
those?
can see that on Reverb Nation, which Reverb Nation is kind of like an underground site, like specifically for musicians. And so if you go on Reverb Nation and you can check out Roxanne Caballero, or you can even check out Roxy, Roxxy.
Okay, yeah. Send me the info and I'll put it down here under the links on the
Nice.
YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I'm going to request that I want to hear some Roxy originals. Can I hear an
Yeah.
original song?
Here's my guitarra. This is my old trusty guitar.
Yeah, let's hear this,
One of my originals. Okay.
please.
All right. Let's see. I haven't. Hold on. Brandon, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. You're gonna. I'm just gonna be off the stage. Just get your spotlight on you. Here we go.
Seen you walk into your big brain. You were meant for this, make no mistake. Hey. Seen you walking through that door. That is you and you alone. No one asked you, I'm gonna say. You go off and you sit away. Hey. Dreams become reality. That is when you can openly Brandon, I haven't done this song live in a long ass time.
Oh, that was a great. Woo! That was awesome. What's that one called again?
That one's called Believe Receive, and I actually do have that one recorded on.
Reverb Nation, check that out. That was really good. You wrote that yourself?
I wrote it, but I hadn't played it live in like a million years.
Okay, well, what's your favorite cover? Would you want to play one of your favorite covers for us?
I
Roxy asked me that she would love to be on here to do the entertainment roundup, but she wanted to play one of these cover songs.
Okay.
You want to tell us why this cover song means something to you before you sing it?
Yeah. I'm gonna do an Allison. I know you like Mazzy Star. Do you like? I mean, I could do the Mazzy Star, but I love Mazzy. I actually kind of
I want
do.
you to play whatever
Okay,
you want to play. Tell us what it means to you, and just go ahead.
I'm gonna do an Alice in Chains song. Alice in Chains. It's called "Got Me Wrong." You heard it? Brandon, are you there?
Sorry, I thought you could hear me. No, I haven't really heard it. So I'll be enjoying this from the stage.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Maybe I should do Mazzy Star. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ready? This weird. It got like a little weird. Hold on, Brandon. All right, we're gonna do Alice in Chains. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Let me put a footstool over here. I need a footstool. I need a footstool. I'm gonna take this footstool. I cannot do this without a footstool. All right. All right, let's get comfy.
All right, hold on. I'll cut some of that out. But why did you pick this song? What does this song mean to you?
Okay, why I picked it is because I freaking love Lane Stanley with a capital L. I wanted to marry this guy. I thought he was so hot. Not only that, but so freaking talented. He was so just romantic with all his music. He was just so just hot and gorgeous and just he's the essence of man. He's just poetic, super talented, lovely freaking voice. Like wow, his voice is like freaking awesome, dude. All right, and I just love this guy. I cried my ass off, and I remember specifically where I was, what I was doing when he died. I was I remember the year. I just moved to San Antonio, my second year living there. I want to say it was like in the 2000s, and I want to say 2002 maybe. And oh my god, it was on the radio. I would listen to Kiss Rocks in San Antonio, Kiss Rocks FM, and they said they found his dead, decomposed body. It was decomposing for about a freaking week. No one had ever gone by to like see how he was doing. So it means a lot to me because this guy, I guess, in my opinion, he deserves like to be recognized, and I think he deserves to be more recognized than most people today. Because today there's not a lot of talent; it's just a whole lot of hoopla. Back in the Disney, I'm a girl of grunge. I was raised in that era, and he was just the man, dude. He was the man. Hold on one second. I'm gonna. Mhm. All
Another,
right.
another sad story about someone who lost their life to drug addiction. But yeah, that was sad.
Heroin addict, and Jerry Cantrell. I know all about this because when it comes to my babes, like I wanted to marry this guy. I'm telling you the truth. Uh, Jerry Cantrell was the last person to see him live, and they got in a fight. That was his last episode, last meeting of his best friend. Dude, was a fight. And then he was literally like, "Oh, honey, I get chinitos in the back, and chinitos like goosebumps."
Mm-hmm.
Dude, just telling the story because I feel it. I'm also a very intuitive person. I do mediumship work too,
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you, he went up to his place, his home, and he was like literally just watching TV in a dark room like a junkie,
Right, right.
living like a
Are a lot of these songs just about him being sad and depressed as well?
yeah. Because I when this one, the one Got Me Wrong doesn't seem to me to be a depressive song, but if you listen to the album Dirt over and over again, you're gonna get yourself depressed.
Mhm. Sure, sure, sure. Have you done that? Do you do that when you're getting into it when you want to get depressed?
I think a depressive person because of his freaking music, to be quite honest.
Mm,
It's sad. I think most artists, like, they use music as a medium to, like, relieve some of that horrible freaking, stuff that's going on in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Did you kind of? Is that why you connected with it? Was because maybe you were going through some hard times when it came out, or?
And if some people lived the life that I lived, like, even up to half of my life, some of them would have like hung up the towel, so to speak. Like, you know what I mean?
Believe
No.
it. Believe it.
Hmm.
Who else did you relate to, like on that level? Huh?
Chris Cornell.
Miss Cornell, yeah, another guy who killed
No,
himself.
I was like, I'm gonna marry this guy. Who
Yes, Audio Slave, Soundgarden. He was amazing, incredible.
like? I mean, this guy was also another guy. I was like, I want to marry this guy.
How about like Kurt Cobain?
Oh my god! Ah, number one. That is good.
Well, he passed away too early, so he. But then, yeah, this goes down a sad road when all these guys are passed. What about Pearl Jam?
Oh, Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder. He's cool. He's cool. I'm just kidding.
Or
I
who?
I went to the freaking what is that called? Back in the Disney, what was it called? The big shows that they would do, Lollapalooza.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went to one of those.
Hell yeah, dude.
I
Which
guess I went. Well, I went in 2011, so it wasn't really grunge anymore at that point.
I say what?
Yeah,
In the 2000s.
yeah.
I did see Pearl Jam actually not in Palooza, but I did see them in Austin. They played in Austin. 2000.
All right. Well, I want to hear this song. I'm gonna go off stage. Go ahead and share us the magic of Lane Staley.
All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. turn out right. Bam, there you go. I did some flubs. I did flubs. I haven't
Well,
done.
there you have it. It is Roxxycab on the Brandon K Show. We went over entertainment. We got some awesome songs from Roxy. We heard a lot of her life story. Great job today. I hope you had fun.
What's that?
I said I hope you had fun.
Oh, dude, I had an amazing freaking time. It's like being with like my best friend.
Well, let's do it again sometime. We'll talk about ghosts. We'll talk about conspiracies. We'll talk about energy. Come on back on the show soon.
Brandon, it would be my absolute pleasure.
And we'll go live sometime on Instagram too.
For shizzle. For shizzle, my nizzle. Snoop Dogg.
But I would say, oh yeah, so you want to go follow Roxxycab at Instagram, Roxxycab. Go on there. She's having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite people to watch. And we're going to and like and subscribe to Brandon K Show. We are every day in March. We're every day in April. Who knows? I could be. Who knows what kind of shows how often I'll be on here.
Brandon, I think you did such an amazing job. I think you're so awesome, dude. Like and for the record, like everyone, like I don't know Brandon. Like literally, we met online.
Yeah, we met online, but we connected. I watch her on Instagram, and she likes my videos. So I mean, we're just as good as friends as anybody.
Yes, and you're
in my world.
Yeah, you're like a best friend.
I mean, we're all. I mean, I feel good connections with people. You know, just even if I just see them online sometimes. You know.
I've the best connections and the best friends, the best friends that I've met, s'il vous plaît, if you will, is that they're the ones that I've never met. You know, strangers have been better friends to me than best friends have been to me my whole entire life.
Well, what's important to me is like when I see someone being positive, you just feel their positivity, and I know that I'm trying to be positive. I know you're trying to be positive, so we can just connect on a vibe up here, not necessarily on the human vibe, but on the upper echelon spiritual vibe.
Yes, yeah, because I'm super spiritual, Brandon.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get you back on the show and talk about it. And thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
All right, later, dude. Thank you. I had so much fun. So, besitos, lots of love, and Brandon, you're awesome, dude. Keep it real.